Welcome to the yoga session where today we'll be focusing on the core strength. So in terms of the props, we might need just the 2 blocks. And to start activating and bringing awareness to the midsection of the torso, I would invite you to come into the supine position. You're welcome to have your knees bent or have a leg straight for now. And if you like, you can have hands on the bottom of your rib cage, or one hand on the belly, another hand on the chest. But if you prefer to have your arms beside your hips, you can have just arms on the floor. And if you like, you can close the eyes so your focus will be turned toward the breathing, toward internal sensation, toward being connected to the body. So maybe to start the practice, let us take a couple of forced exhales. With a deep exhalation, we're able to relax. Maybe to separate the activities that we had before the practice and the practice itself. And then as you start bringing balance to your inhalation and exhalation, start finding your diaphragmatic breath. With inhale, allowing expansion of the belly to the point where you feel like if you want to inhale more, you're forcing extra air that you don't need. And as allow the exhalation to start, allowing the belly to collapse toward the spine, and coming to the point that you feel if you're going to hold the exhalation, you're going to be out of breath. And you don't want that, so you just allow in the respiratory system to turn into inhale again. So as we're breathing and as we're feeling this expansion of diaphragm, we are connecting to the front of the belly that stretches up toward the ceiling. We also feel how the sides of the torso stretching out as well. And then we also, on exhalation and also inhale, we feel the top muscles of the waist area on the back of your body also press toward the floor. So all this area externally, all those muscles are the core muscles that they help us to maintain the up straight torso. Through the breathing, we can just define this area that we will be engaging today in a different asanas and different exercises. There's also some internal organs that we're not really able to connect right now through the breathing, but we'll definitely address the strength of them as well. So let us have here another inhale. And then I would invite you to bend your knees and just to maybe stretch the lower back. Let us bring one knee at a time to the chest, hug them, just rock from side to side. So maybe some of you were not so comfortable with the position on the floor. And then let us take the legs up, flex the feet. Take your hands on beside the hips, palms facing the floor this time. So when you're lifting your legs, when you're flexing your feet, I want you to find as much as you can control the 90 degree of your legs toward the floor. But at the same time, when you're lifting the legs, we have a tendency to pull the table off the floor. So try to get it down and maintain the neutrality in your spine. So that means you should feel a little bit of a space between the lower back, waist area and the mat. And from here, we're going to start lowering right leg slowly, slowly, slowly to the point when there's only inch or two left from the floor. Hold here and then lift it fast back. Okay, so go with the left leg down. Maybe one full breath. You are lowering, so really isometrically. Hold and then lift it up. Okay, so let's go with the right again. Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1 and then lift. Go with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1 and lift. Control your lower back. Going again with right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lift it up. Go with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift it up. 2 more times. Going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift up. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift it up. And last time with the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Go left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift it up. And just bend your knees and catch your breath. Massage your lower back. You definitely feel some awareness of the lower abdomen area as well as the rectus abdominals. And the hip flexors worked here as well. Let us now set the dead bug position. So knees are above the hips. Heels are not lower than the knees. And take the arms towards the ceiling. Ground your shoulder blades. Again, maintain the neutral spine here. And we will extend the right leg and left arm. And let's hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Reset. Reset your knees. Reset your heels. Extend the left leg and right arm. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. We have 2 more each leg. Going right leg, left arm. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Left leg, right arm. Control your right knee. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Let's rest. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. We have 1 more set. So when you're ready, reset. I just don't want you to do it without breathing or with a wrong alignment. So it's better to rest if you need. And let's have 1 more. Right leg, left arm. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come back. And left leg, right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back and let's bring the knees to the chest again. And then bring your feet down to the floor. So we definitely feel quite a lot of awareness right now in the front of the body. So let us engage the glutes and then we're going to start moving a little bit more. So set yourself with the feet in hip distance and into the bridge position, and let us lift the hips. And just stop without going in too much of extension in the mid-back, and start pressing your knees away. Engaging the glutes, trying to find more glutes engagement than hamstring engagement. Hold. Feel your inner thigh, so I'll check that your knees are not falling apart. And slowly come down, exhale. Let's have 4 more. So start with your pubic bone lifted here, squeeze your glutes, control the neutral spine, Take your knees toward the wall in front of you. So try to elongate your quads. Hold and come down. Exhale. Again, lift it up. Hold and come down. Let us bring the feet together for the next two. And as you lift your hips, you bring the body weight to the left leg and extend your right leg. Hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Reset your feet together and we'll lift the hips up. Take your right knee away from you. Bring the body weight to the right foot. Extend your left leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's bring the knees to your chest again. Just relaxation in their lower back here, maybe circling. And when you're ready, start rocking from the head to the hips a couple of times till you're ready to come into the seated position and come into the tabletop position. So set yourself in a tabletop position with your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. So it's very similar to the dead back position, neutral spine here. And let us go into the cat and dog stretch. Finding your breath. So you already worked with your lower abdomen and upper abdomen. So you feel a bit of a stretch here and dog stretch. And in a cat stretch, you hopefully feel a little bit of a stretch in the lower back. That will help you to release any tension that may be accumulated there from the exercise we practiced. And here I will bring the knees close and we'll extend the left leg, lift the left leg off the floor. So before we're going to take the hand off the floor, make sure that you're not lifting the heel too high and you're not rotating with the hip. You're maintaining the torso parallel to the floor and you're holding the abdomen in. So fix this midsection, and when you're ready, take your right arm parallel to the floor. Hold here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release. Extend the right leg. Lift your right leg off the floor again. We have a tendency to collapse. We have a tendency to extend here. So keep pulling the belly in. Engage your glutes. Your right hamstring is working here. Take your left arm parallel to the floor. Hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So you might stay facing the front of the mat. From a tabletop position, let's extend the left leg to the side. Bring the right hand under the shoulder and move your shoulder to the right. So you want to align the right shoulder above the palm. So you into the side plank, but this side plank is still on the knee. And then when you're ready, lift your left leg off the floor. So check where is your right heel. So you don't want to be here flexed in the hip, and you don't want to take the leg too far back. You need to squeeze your glute like a pulling the heel into the hip socket, and when you're ready, take your left arm up. Take a look on the left hand and hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release and go to the other side. So you will step your left hand, and the other thing, we love to have a left hand too close to the knee or to the front and to the back. You need to be aligned with the left knee. Move the shoulder toward the palm. Extend your right leg. When you're flexing and lifting the heel, it's like one solid line in the right side. Take your right arm up. Flex the right foot. Pull the heel into the hip socket. Squeeze your glute. Hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We're returning back into the tabletop position, this time having your knees hip distance, and we'll tuck the toes and lift the knees off the floor, holding here. So make sure you're not rounding, you're not moving the hips back, you're holding here for 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor. If you feel you need to stretch your palms, do it now. We have 2 more sets here. So press the floor. Be aware of the upper back here, and then when you're ready, lift the knees, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees again. Just a little bit of the palm stretch if needed. And there, a third set, so press the floor. So first, stabilize your shoulders, keep your neck parallel to the floor, lift your knees off the floor, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. So just sit on the heels and maybe relax your shoulders. So the next 3 sets, we're going to be coming here, and then we're going to extend one leg at a time, and then we're going to bring it back and rest. And then opposite leg, coming back, coming here, and rest. Okay, so the idea here is to maintain the torso all the time parallel to the floor and not to lift the hips. So when you're ready, come into the tabletop position. Focus on pushing the floor away with your arms, being very stable in the shoulder. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor 1 inch, extend right leg, extend left leg. You're in a plank, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, bring your left leg in, right leg in, drop the knees, take a rest. Okay, coming back. Pressing the floor, focusing on the upper body, stability here, and then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor, extend your left leg, extend your right leg. You're in a plank, squeeze the glutes, push the floor, pull the belly in, bring your left knee in, right knee in, drop the knees, exhale. And we have a third set when we're going to be doing both legs in one set. Okay, so when you're ready, come back into tabletop position. Press the floor. Keep your neck parallel to the floor. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor. Extend your right leg, extend your left leg. Squeeze the glutes, pull the belly in, strong plank. Bring the right knee in, left knee in. Hold. Now extend your left leg, extend your right leg. Squeeze the glutes, push the floor, resist to the gravity. Bring your left knee, bring your right knee, hold. Drop the knees, exhale. So just shake your arms, excellent. Maybe roll the shoulders. We already use the shoulders. So when we're ready here, we'll come to our first downward dog. Exhale. So take your head between your arms, push yourself up, be focused on holding your spine in a neutral position. That means you're not extending in the lower back, you're not tucking the tailbone, and then look forward and walk to the front of the mat. Bring your feet hip distance, hand here for the moment, maybe feel a bit of a stretch on the hamstrings, along the spine, and then very slow come up into standing position. Excellent. So let us make sure that we have blocks on the side of the mat and on the top of it, so we can pick it up anytime we need. And we'll come to a couple of flows here with different variations for their postures progression. So with the mountain pose, you're already aware how to maintain the proper alignment from a midsection, because all those muscles are tuned on. And let's inhale, lift the arms up. Maintain the same neutral position. Bring the palms together. Exhale, folding forward down to the floor. Then step your left foot back. Make sure the hands are pressed to the floor. Engage your upper back. Step your right foot so you're in the plank. Squeeze the glutes. Hold the plank. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the knees and come all the way down. Exhale. Let's have the arms on the sides of the hips, palms facing the ceiling for the first set. Find your strong legs. Lift your legs off the floor. Lift your chest off the floor. Lift your palms off the floor. Neck is neutral position. So squeezing your glutes. So you're lifting the legs with the glutes and hamstrings, not the lower back. And keeping your chest off the floor by engagement all the muscles along the spine. Exhale the legs down. Bring the hands on the sides of the rib cage. Press yourself maybe into the cat stretch, just a contour pose for the lower back. And then tuck your toes. Exhale, come into the downward dog. Long spine. And next inhale, look forward. Walk to the front of the mat. Set your feet hip distance, hand here for the moment. Then bring the hands just to the knees, above, below, a little bit maybe, and then lift your torso in a neutral position, and then lift your arms into the chair pose. Hold the chair pose. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From the heels, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms on the sides of the hips. Taking the breath. Let's flow again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hinging from the hips. Exhale, folding all the way down. Then we'll step the left foot back and step the right foot back. We're now in the plank. Bring your right hand a little bit closer to the midline. So a little bit closer to the midline. Then drop your heels to the right. Rotate yourself to the left. Take your left arm up into side plank. Hold the side plank. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the left hand down. Reset the right hand to be in the plank position. And then press yourself into the downward dog. Exhale. On exhale, look to your toes. Walk your hands to the toes. Hand here, and then bring your hands to the knees. Lift the torso up, so we're finding ourselves on the back of your mat in the chair pose. Holding the chair pose. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come all the way up into standing. Exhale. Let's flow from the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, folding all the way down. Bring your hands to the floor, look forward, walk into the plank. Hold the plank strong, then bring your left hand close to the midline. Drop the heels to the left, rotate toward the right side of the mat. Take your right arm up, holding the side plank. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the right hand down and come to the downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, look forward. Walk to the front of the mat. Set your feet hip distance. Bring the hands on the shins. Lift the torso up and into chair pose. Make sure you're not extending here. You're in a neutral position, front and back working. Hips goes toward the heels. Press yourself up in standing. Exhale, bring the arms on both sides of the hips. Take a breath and let's flow again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, folding all the way down. This time, stepping the left foot back into the lunge. Bringing the hands on the thigh, lift the torso halfway. So your gaze is still down to the floor. Press the left heel down. So make sure that in this fold position, we have a tendency to bring body weight to the right leg too much. So find your left leg, release the right, and then take your arms on both sides of the head. But you are in a here in the 45-degree fold, holding. So you're pulling the belly in. You're not collapsing to your thigh here. On exhale, bring the hands on the floor and see if you can slide your right leg back into plank right away without lifting the hips. Hold the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor. Exhale, come down. This time, let us have arms into letter Y. Maybe spread your legs a little bit. Lift your legs, lift your chest, lift your arms off the floor. You don't need to lift your head high. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the sides of the ribcage, legs down. Press yourself into the cat stretch. Maybe just for one breath. And then tuck your toes and come into the downward dog. Let's hold this downward dog for 5 breaths. And next inhale, look to your toes. Let us walk toward the feet, finding ourselves on the back of the mat. Slide your hands to the knees. One more chair pose, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press yourself up. Inhale, exhale. Bring the arms on both sides of the hips. Going with the other side from the back of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, completely down with the head. Looking forward, walking with your hands into the plank. Squeeze the glutes. Hold the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press the hips up into downward dog. Step your right foot closer to the midline and step your left foot forward into lunge. Find your back leg supporting you. Lift your torso 45 degrees. Unload your left thigh to find the support anchoring with the right leg. Take your arms on both sides of the head, holding here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands on the floor and see if you can slide your left leg back without lifting the hips into plank. Again, holding the plank. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Exhale, come down. Hands on the sides of the ribcage. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest up. So this time it's more traditional cobra. And you're pressing the feet to the floor. But your legs are working the same way. Glutes and hamstrings. Then press the floor and flow into the cat stretch. When you're ready, come into the downward dog. Exhale. Let's hold the downward dog again for 5 breaths. And then on next inhale, look forward, walk to the front of the mat. Bring the hands on the shins, lift the chest halfway. And then this time, just come into the standing position. Exhale. Release the hands on both sides of the hips. Take a breath here. And we'll go for the next one. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hinging from the hips. Exhale, folding forward. Touching the floor and stepping the left foot back. This time I want you to pick up one block and lift the torso all the way up and take the block overhead, holding this with fingers. So the warrior one, where you're pressing the front knee forward, holding this 90 degree, using the back leg, really strong left leg. And from the hips you come up toward the ceiling. So you have a little bit of the back extension, but you support that from the frontal muscle. Now from the hips, that folding forward. So releasing this extension and stop it in 45 degrees. So now we have a block in the hands that eventually like pulling us forward. So I want you to find the left leg holding here. Hold, and then lift the torso up again. Then drop the left heel and find yourself into the warrior two legs, facing the left long side of the mat. Engage in your inner thigh, holding the block overhead. And then release the arms to be in front of the chest. Drop the shoulders. And just imagine that block is the very heavy subject that you're holding. You need to find your legs. Keep using your inner thighs here to activate the lower abdomen. Let's take the block overhead again and start rotating to the right. So first maybe you rotate the torso to the right and then lift your left heel. Let's fold again. Hold the fold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's drop the block and step into downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, stepping the left foot forward. We have a same sequence, so picking up the block and lifting the torso up. Take your time to find the back leg, and when you're ready, take the block overhead. Holding the warrior one here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From the hips, fold forward. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unfold back and drop the right heel to find yourself into the warrior two position, holding the block overhead. And then release the arms to hold this in front. And kind of squeeze your glutes and maybe think of slightly tucking the tailbone under. And I'm going to help you to engage your lower abdomen. Hold. Then bring the block above the head. Rotate the torso to the left and then lift the right heel off the floor and then fold forward again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the block down to the floor, step into downward dog. Exhale. And then we're going to slide into plank. Bring your feet closer to the midline. Press the floor, engage your abdomen. Lift your right leg off the floor just a bit. Keep the foot flexed. Pull the heel into the hip socket. Feel your glutes working for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right heel, come to the downward dog just to release a little bit the arms here, the wrists and shoulders. Catch the breath and then flow back into plank. Your feet are together. Lift your left leg off the floor. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to the downward dog. Exhale. On next inhale, look forward, walk to the front of the mat. Feet are hip distance, hand here for the bit, and then slowly vertebrae by vertebrae. Lift yourself up into standing. Exhale. Catch your breath. And we'll come to one more quite challenging flow. With inhale, lift the arms up. Hinging from the hips, exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back and drop your left heel right away. Like you're going to the warrior two, pick up the block and come right away into the warrior two. Warrior two legs with the torso facing the long side of the mat. Take the block overhead. And now from here, from the right hip, and let your torso go into the side bend toward the right. Creating one straight line on the left side of the body. Think like your right arm is pulling the whole right side of the body. Face is parallel to the plane in front of you. Hold. Hold the block with two hands and come up. And let us just release the right leg. Turn the left leg into the warrior two position. Take the block overhead, and when you're ready, fold to the left. Hold here. So finding where you feel right into your fold. So try not to collapse. You don't feel like your right rib cage extending toward the ceiling. Pull the arms to the corner between ceiling and the wall in front of you, and release. Come up, bring the hand in front of you, turn your toes out, bend your knees, take the block in front of you, hold. Think like you're sitting on the chair, open your knees, engage your inner thighs, and let's lift the right heel and come down. Lift the left heel, come down. Right, down. Left, down. Right, down. Left, down. Now bring the block overhead. So before we're going to continue, make sure you're not extending too much. Tuck the tailbone under. Engage your glutes. Lift both heels off the floor. Balance here. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels. Extend your legs. Turn the toes in and come into the fold. Bring the block under the chest. Try to find the length in your spine. So you don't want to be rounded. You are placing the block the way that you have your shoulders above the block. Bring your left hand to the block. Bring the right hand to the lower back and twist to the right. You're welcome to have your hand on the lower back all the time, but if you love to extend the arm, go ahead, but very often shoulder is just not cooperating here and you feel very awkward in the shoulder. Unfold back with the right hand on the block, left hand on the lower back, and twist to the left. Think of external rotation of the left shoulder. And come back to the center. Elongate one more time. And then just bring your gaze toward the top of the mat. Rotate your right foot toward the top of the mat. Slide the block away and find your plank. So take your time to find your plank. Bring your feet together. Bring the right hand closer to the midline. Drop the heels to the right. Take your left arm up into side plank. Holding the side plank. Keep your left shoulder relaxed. Open your chest toward the ceiling. That's probably already 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand down and immediately rotate to the other side. Drop the heels to the left hand on the midline. Open the chest, relax your right shoulder. Press the hips up away from the floor. That's also already 3, 4, 5. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Drop the knees and come all the way down. Exhale. Just let us have a bit of a rest here with the forehead on the palms. You can feel when you relax, your heels are falling apart. Catching the breath. And let us bring the arms into the cactus pose here. We'll have a series of the back bend. So your feet are hip distance here. And you're finding your legs are working. You're pressing the top of the feet to the floor, engaging the glutes, maybe even feeling how you're pulling the belly button off the floor. So coming with the pelvis in a neutral position, then lift the torso up first and then lift the forearms. You are holding your head, your ears aligned with the forearms. Make sure elbows are not going to the rib cage. It's a next variation. So hold here, pressing the forearms off the floor, holding, 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 and release, exhale. So arms will start now into the letter Y. So stretch the arms, and then when you're ready, you're lifting the torso, you're lifting the arms, and then you're making a fist, and like you're pulling yourself forward. Bring the elbows to the rib cage. Fist will end up under the shoulders. Squeeze and try with this squeeze, lift higher, but keep using your glutes and hamstring. Keep using the lower abdomen to support the lower back. Pulling the belly button in, but don't hold your breath. And release, exhale. And let's do it again, but we're gonna add a little bit. So take your arms into letter Y. Find your legs, glutes, lower abdomen helping. Lift the torso off the floor, make a fist, pull, and then think that you're just pressing yourself forward. So press your arms behind, open your palms. It's like, think of pushing yourself forward with your arms, using your triceps this time here to help to hold. So the whole posterior chain is working, hamstring, glutes, back muscles, lats, and your triceps. And exhale down. You can turn the head to either side and just relax here for the breath. Bring the hands on the sides of the rib cage. Press yourself up. Let's come to the child pose for just another moment of the contour pose, as it was quite intense posterior chain work. Exhale, and then bring your hands closer to the knees. Lift your chest off the floor. Let's tug the toes. Lift the knees. And let's balance on the tippy toes here. Hold. And here you're using your core again to maintain this balancing position. So try your best not to be rounded here. You want to keep your shoulders above the hips. And then bring your hands on the floor, drop the heels, and find yourself in standing. Exhale. So let us pick up both blocks, and we'll hold them like two plates here. So let's have a feet hip distance, and just take a couple of shoulder extensions. So while we're resting a little bit, so make sure your forearm is parallel to the floor, so you're not lifting the block high. So it's parallel, yeah. And just open both blocks to the side. Find the limit. Find the stop here. Feel your shoulders and release. Let's do it 2 more times. So everybody, I can see holding the blocks proper way, so not lifting high. And finding the stop and release. And 1 more time. Opening and releasing. So that's what we'll be doing with the arms. So then let's bring the body weight to the left foot and lift your right knee up as high as you can. And then open your left shoulder here to the stop position without lifting the palm, forearm, and then rotate and press the right hand into the block toward the ceiling. Press it really, engage the right side of the body, but lift the knee high, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the leg. Release the arm. So just to release the shoulder, maybe you want to hold the block and shake your shoulders here. And let us find the other side. So get your blocks on the palms. Bring the body weight to the right foot. Lift your left knee high as you can. Open the right shoulder into external rotation, then press the left hand, but drop the shoulder, engage the whole left side of the body, really solid support. Lift your knee high, flex the foot, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Excellent. Shake your legs. Let's place one block down to the floor and hold just one block. And the next balance will be dynamic balance.
I will remind you, you're all familiar with this exercise. So we stand in here, bring the body weight to one leg, let's say it's the right leg, bend in the left knee. Then we fold in here, and then we'll extend the leg, and then we're going to extend the arms. Then we're going to release the block back to the chest. We'll bend the knee without bending the lower back. We will unfold, squeezing the glutes, and then releasing the leg. Okay? So we'll do maybe 3 on each leg. So quite a lot. All what you need to control is your pelvis position. So avoiding rounding, and when you bring in the knee here, make sure that the knee is not passing, right? So the knees are together. So it's like a chair pose here, and then you lift. You not necessarily have to be parallel to the floor, but you want to be straight. So let's go. Let's bring the body weight to the right foot, bend your left knee, flex the left foot, knees are together. Now hinging here, maintaining neutral spine, neck is parallel to the floor as well. Then press the heel back, engage your hamstring, glute, hips are square. Extend your arms, holding, then release the arms. Then bring the knees together. Then unfold. Squeeze your glutes here. Get your pelvis neutral and release the leg. Shake your legs. Go on other side. Bring the body weight to the left foot. Bend the right knee. Then let us fold. Maintain neutral spine. Press the heel back. Flex the foot. Look down. Extend the arms. Hold. Release the arms to the chest. Bring the knee together, hold, then unfold, squeeze the glutes, get neutral pelvis, release. Step from foot to foot, second set. Body weight on the right, bend the left knee. Hinge. So in the hinge, you feel how your body weight distributed equally. You're not on the heel. Now extend the left heel, and then extend the arms, hold. Hips are square. Don't lift the left hip. Bring the hands to the chest. Bring the knees together. Hold, unfold, hold, and release. Body weight on the left leg. Bend the right knee. Knees together. Now hinge, neutral position. Extend your leg. Use your glute and hamstring. Extend your arms. Neutral position. Hips are not opening. Bring the block back to the chest. Bring the knees together. Control, neutral. Unfold. Squeeze the glutes. Feel a stable left hip. Release. Excellent. One more set to each leg. And we're done with this hard part of the practice. Bring the body weight to the right foot. Bend your left knee. Hinge and forward. Extend in the leg. When you extend in the leg, you still feel the body weight sits above the foot. Extend the arms. Center is the foot on the floor. Bring the hands to the chest. Bring knees together. Unfold. Squeeze the glutes. And release. Shake your legs. Other side. Bring the body weight to the left foot. Bend the knee. Fold forward. Extend the arms. Extend the leg. Hold. Bring the hands to the chest. Bring the knees together. Unfold. And release. Very good. So let us come to the front of the mat and have a moment in a mountain pose. Maybe close the eyes and just try to scan the front, the back, the sides of the body, creating this frame for your skeleton to maintain your body in this beautiful posture, correct posture, standing. Check your breath, it's flowing in and out through the nostrils. And let's come to one more flow. With inhale, lift the arms up. Hinging from the hips, exhale, folding forward.
lifting the head and stepping the left foot back into strong leg lunge. Lift the torso up. Take your arms up into warrior one. Hold a strong arm, hold a strong body. Don't let the rib cage to pop up forward. Hold it in. Feel how you're using the core muscles to create here the center of the gravity. On exhale, bring the hands to the floor and step into plank. I know that you love the side plank, so let's add one more. Bring the right hand to the mid line of the mat. Drop the heels to the right. Open yourself to the left. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the left hand down. Exhale into the downward dog, just to release the tension in the right arm. Flow into plank. Drop the knees, come all the way down. Hands on the sides of the ribcage, traditional cobra. Lift the chest up, strong legs. Press into the calf stretch, tug the toes. Exhale, come into the downward dog. Taking the downward dog for 5 breaths. Bring the right hand closer to the midline. Step the left foot forward into lunge. Bring the hands on the hips. Come into the warrior one. Take your arms overhead. Hold here. Control the front knee, 90 degree. Use the back leg. Anchor yourself through the right heel and holding the frontal abdomen muscle here to support this minor extension. On exhale, bring the hands on the floor, step into plank. Then bring the left hand closer to the midline, drop the heels to the left. Take your right arm up, holding 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right hand down. Exhale into the downward dog. On inhale, flow into plank. Drop the knees. Exhale down. Bring the hands on the sides of the rib cage. Come into cobra. Maybe you want to try and take your hands off the floor here. Keeping elbows close to the rib cage. Neck is neutral. And then exhale. Press yourself into the child pose. You can have your knees a little bit wider. Use any position for the arms. This is the catching breath pose. Exhale around your shoulders. Maybe work a little bit with the hips to rock from side to side. And then lift the head off the floor. We'll just squeeze a seated twist into practice today. We didn't have a lot of a twist today, so that's also helping us to release any tension in the lower back in case we had a bit of a lack of a strength of internal muscles and we used here. So get yourself into a position where the left knee and shin is on the floor, right shin is perpendicular to the floor. Interlace the hands on the top of the right knee. Pull yourself and just get, first of all, the length in your spine. Then hold the knee with the left hand. Bring the right hand behind and twist to the right. Don't overdo the twist in the neck. Focus more on the relaxation. And with relaxation, twist to the right, trying to keep alignment in the shoulder. So like should feel as a massaging twist. And fold back to the center, find the length in the spine, and let's go other side. Bring the right ankle to the floor. Set your left foot, shin perpendicular to the floor. Grab the knee, get length. Then hug the knee, bring the left hand behind and twist.
Keep chin parallel to the floor. Rotate the upper back. Fold back to the center. Have a moment with a straight spine. And then let us come into the lying on the back position. Just keep your block with you. We'll use it for one more position to relax. We'll first extend the legs and we'll first extend the arms overhead. So we had a lot of the oblique work today in the side plank, so let us just release any tension there. So walk your heels to the left. You can cross the legs, move the shoulders and head to the left as well. You can hold the right wrist and keep grounding the right hip and the right shoulder. And let's have here a little bit longer hold. Make sure you start relaxing your breathing. All the muscular work is done. Just calming the breath and calming the mind. You don't need to keep your focus on the sequence anymore. Another exhale and just move your head back to the midline, move your heels back to the midline. Just adjust here, rest, and then move your heels to the right, move your head and shoulders to the right, cross the ankle, hold your left wrist, and keep grounding the left side of the body. Let's hold here for another 3 exhales. Passively stretching the whole left side of the body and return back to the center. Reset your, again, torso, your spine back to the midline. Pick up the block, bend your knees and come to the passive bridge. So supported bridge, placing the block under the hips so the lower back is all open, and just relax your abdomen area. So this time you want to get a little bit of a posterior tilt here in the pelvis and passively find your spine is hanging in this open space. Taking arms to the side. So this time we want to use the gravity, so we're not working against the gravity, we actually are using the gravity to create the traction in the spine. Focusing on creating some body weight in the midsection, that just pressing the spine toward the floor. Then when you would like, you can lift the hips, remove the block, and bring one knee at a time to the chest, hug them, rock from side to side. And then let's lift the legs up, lift the arms up, just shake them. For
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's drop the legs down, extend. Heels to the side of the mat, corners of the mat. Take your arms wide. Maybe squeeze the shoulder blades to just emphasize a little bit of the opening in the chest. Get your neck in neutral position, so make sure you're not lifting the chin too high. Take a couple of long exhales to just relaxing all this area of the core toward the floor, and allow yourself mindfully to enjoy the stillness of the body, stillness of the mind. Gentle moves will return gradually through fingers, toes, ankles, the wrist, elbows, knees. And when you're ready, you will bring yourself back into seated position, cross-legged. Bring hands on the knees. Just allow yourself to get the length in the spine, again with a sense of the open chest, and bring the hands in front of the chest. Take a moment to admit the end of the practice. Thank yourself for being courageous enough to step on the mat and practice. And take the positive vibe and the strength that you develop in your mind and body to be a guide for the rest of the week. Namaste.